This morning's wake upon way queen instead of upon way king. Saturday, 9:52, 38 seconds. The year 2024, 8th month, August 17th day. Now, the Sicily brother upon way queen this morning. Different from upon way king. I awoke from the night's sleep. There's a song on the YouTube advertisement. It sounded country. It sounded like some of those country electric guitar sounds. And so the brother thought to himself, a longing hungered up, a spur of the moment, spontaneous ejaculative rising just popped up out of nowhere. It just bonered up and erected. It erected out of nowhere, and then it wanted to start stroking it, like pen strokes, handwriting analysis, pen strokes. So, that's the song. Basically, that's the country lick that was on the YouTube advertisement right there. And this happens to be the F key. Now that could have been a key change right there, this note. Yeah, that's a sharp 5 right there, the harmonic minor. Actually, that's a sharp 5. Hold up. Whoa. What? This is the F key. What? 176. 176. This is some freaky shit. 1765. Is this in tune? That's fairly in tune. Yeah, that is the sharp 5. God, something's trippy playing it on the first string because the F is 176. Sharp 5. Yeah, there it is. There's the sense. All right. So there's the 3 notes in a row, which is a pentatonic blues scale formula. The 3 notes in a row is blues. And then transferring that to the 5th string. That's the D note. And then the blues is. There it is on the set. There it is in the blues box. All right. Now the distinguishment. Otherwise, this would be China. These 5 notes, the blues notes are China. The blues notes originally came from China. Remember, China is 14,000. The Chinese civilization, the recorded civilization, which more than likely includes recorded music. But this musical structure is it's forever. This is just a forever musical structure. It's in the atmosphere. It's always in the atmosphere. Always was, always is, always shall be. So the story goes now. So the story goes. And remember, that's the story to the modern interpretation to the old ancient book called the Bible. Because they say the Almighty Creator is the Alpha and the Omega. And they say always was, always is, and always shall be. Meaning that he was never born. Never born. Just always was. Just didn't even pop up out of nowhere. Just always was. It's a witch's idea. It's a witch's idea. And remember, just because the word witch is being used doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And just because it's being used in the new interpretation to that old ancient book called the Bible, it could be a good thing. It could be a clue. It could be a clue for existence. Right? Now that's called stopping off the traveling freeway, off the interstate, getting off the interstate and going off and having a break time, sniffing the flowers on the side of the road. It's like a child in the car. Mommy, I have to go potty. Mommy, or Daddy, I have to pee-pee, or Mommy, I'm hungry. And so they stop off the side of the road to hunt down some food. They have to hunt down some food. Daddy breaks out, Mommy breaks out their fresh hunting claws and sharpen their teeth and get ready to run after an animal. Unless they're plant eaters, then they're not hunting down that meat. They're looking for plants to eat. Ooh, look, there's some strawberries growing on a vine, Johnny. Fuck that, I need some meat! I need a rabbit! Hunt me down! Hunt down! He said he needs a cheeseburger. He needs to hunt down a cow, kill it and eat it. Squeeze some of the dairy titties out on it, ferment it, turn it into cheese. He needs some ketchup for blood. He needs some mustard to be able to crap it out. He needs some mayonnaise to shoot some skeet. He wants to go to the skeet shooting range with some mayonnaise. He needs some lettuce and tomato. He needs to mate. He needs to set up a bill system that someone owes something. Tomato. He needs to control all the children born at the hospital. Now it's turned into a double flower sniffing roadside event. The whole thing is turned into flower sniffing. It's a flower sniffing event. So all the subjects that have been hit so far is China, the F key, sniffing flowers on the side of the road, hunting, eating plant food, strawberries. Well, that would be under eating. So that would be the main subject. Eating, sniffing flowers on the side of the road. The blues note, the sharp 5. Which is a half-step note, which is very strongly embedded in a subconscious memory for a certain generation of children with the movie called Jaws back in the 1970s, 1980s. The movie Jaws came out, and it's the megalodon shark, the megalodon, the giant ocean creature, big fucker, the size of a fucking whale, fucking megalodon, and then the theme music is. It starts off slow though, as though the scene is all the tension. It's a tension note. That's what it is. It's tension, and tension is used very heavily in heavy metal music. Heavy metal music is full of fucking tension. Tension is used for energy, you know, like lifting weights and exercising, sprinting after prey to hunt something down. Tension, intense workouts, and this triggers the stem cells in the bone marrow. Intense workouts, intense energy in the air, and intense vibration. These two notes, known as the 3 and the 4 note in music. With music, the 34, you know, like the famous Dallas Cowboys running back, Herschel Walker, back in the 1970s and 80s, 1970s and the early 1980s, Herschel Walker from the Dallas Cowboys. Well, that's the state of Texas, you know, Tex and tax. The reason why heavy metal is full of tension, what makes heavy metal music really so full of tension is because it's played, when the governor shows up, the governor puts the pedal to the fucking metal. It's like a fucking drag race, you know, with or IndyCar 500 race. The pace, the governance, the throttle, it is fucking intensely fast. Sing with it. Down in him. I see today. And this, according to some of the scientists, this taps into the stem cells. Intense workouts tap into the stem cells, which are stored in the bone marrow. The bone marrow. So the shark is a symbolic creature for tapping into the bone marrow. The sharks, because they're known as the bone crushers. They'll fucking snap right through the bone to get to the marrow. Well, this is also known as the Chevy Camaro out in town. This particular universal energy comes out through the car. They call it that car was named the Camaro. Ka is for crunch, to crunch into the bone marrow. Now in heavy music, they call this tone, this electric guitar tone, It's called the crunch tone. Otherwise, this is acoustic guitar here. Acoustic, which is known as is a natural tone. It's known as a more natural tone. However, when it's connected to electricity, out pops the crunch. But first it has to have a distortion pedal. The sound has to be altered, like an altered state of mind. One's consciousness is altered. When the consciousness is altered, well, it's hunting time. It's time to hunt something down because hunger strikes. So this gets all into killing. For the sake of artificially satisfying hunger, for the sake of art, to eat meat, to eat someone else's flesh could be an artificial situation, especially when there's the natural plants to eat. The natural plants. Now, this is just evidence to consider, that's all. Not saying that it is. So look where sniffing one flower has led to sniffing another flower, to another flower, to another flower, which is also symbolic for puzzle pieces or evidential clues, putting puzzle pieces together to come up with a big picture, sniffing one flower, sniffing another flower, all because little Johnny was hungry as Mommy and Daddy were traveling down the interstate. Yeah, Mommy, I'm hungry, or Mommy, I have to go pee-pee, or poo-poo. Otherwise, I'm going to shit my pants, Mommy. Would you like me to drop my drawers and piss in the bottom of I'll piss in the floorboard of the car right now? No, Johnny, hang your dick out the back of the window. This is a station wagon. Here, you can piss all over the people riding down the street behind you. I don't like this guy tailgating me. He's been tailgating me for the past fucking 5 miles. I'm gonna roll down the window to the back of the station wagon, little Johnny, and whip your dick out and piss out the back of the window on the interstate. So and aim for that fucker that's tailgating me the last 5 miles. So anyway, vibrations are very energizing. They're very fun to play with, vibrations. You know, the vibrator, it's not always fun, but playing with a vibrator could be just fucking flat out, God, it's like fucking killing some meat and just devouring the fuck out of that fucking meat. I mean, it's just so satisfying. Is that an artificial situation? Well, is the whole society hooked up to electricity? Is the whole society hooked up to electricity? Artificial electricity? Does it get exciting? Well, of course it does. Is it an artificial excitement though? Uh-oh. Ooh, evidence to consider. Artificial excitement has replaced all natural excitement. Ooh. Now one is starting to become conscious to something that has always been there. Now it's like, oh, fuck. Oh my God, I think I'm starting to see what's going on. The old bad habit that has taken over and has been normalized. Oh my God. Artificial excitement? Oh, fuck. Now one can start to see the dilemma to the way society has been run. Society is wonderful. Electricity is wonderful. But to overemphasize the electricity, to overemphasize killing, to overemphasize death and dying, as though it's normal, as though death is normal, that's what's fucked the whole system up. It's just totally fucked everything up when it's seen for what it is, in full consciousness. Now remember, as evidence to consider, that's all. It's just evidence, not saying that it is. Evidence, it's just evidence to consider, that's all. It's just a story. It ain't no different than the Jesus story, all the stories in the Bible. Everything is just a story. Anything anyone has to share is just a story. But if the story is constantly being killed off and saying, your story sucks, fuck you and your story. Well, is that the same as killing something? And then everybody's going to war because you won't believe my story. You better believe my story or I'm going to shove it right up your ass or right down your throat. That's right. Well, is that the system that's been running everything? I'm talking about stuck in the mud abusively with it. It's, you better do what I tell you to do or there's punishment coming. Well, is that the modern electric version to that old ancient book called the Bible? Well, what's it based on? The Creator says you better live the way I told you to live, or I'm gonna send your ass straight to fucking punishment. Go to your room. Now here's 2 half steps. These are the blues notes. Now, come and taste my dagger. With witchcraft and voodoo coming up with ragger. And you never thought the vision come back on your head, come down to wreck your vision. Everything is dead. And how the nighttime chimer cracked up in your brain to give the early riser, the early birdie catches all the dry. The brother has never, that's the first time the brother has allowed himself to sing like that. That's the first time the brother has ever sang like that. And remember, This could be just a script for a Hollywood movie now. Remember, everyone loves electronic Hollywood movies, especially when there's a whole lot of violence all over the screen. It is considered emotionally riveting, isn't it? Well, there ain't no question. There ain't no need for a question. Bring forth a solid state, counties. Dracula, Bloodsucker. Remember, the accounting books need to be balanced by the end of the day. That's Count Dracula that was taught at Sesame Street for all the children. And Mother and Daddy said to themselves, oh, this is a nice, wholesome, biblical Bible television show to learn how to count numbers and tax the fuck out of everyone. And if there's some money missing into the account, well, then the sheriff is called to foreclose for a killing. A killing. And this is considered normal. The killing. Though everyone has convinced themselves it is the greatest thing since sliced bread, bleached bread with no nutrients at all. Unlike the titties full with colostrum from mommy's breast, but the children were taken off the breast and put on an artificial plastic nipple and artificial electricity. An artificial university. Teaching artificial knowledge to all the children. Now the children have been turned into humanoid robots. Row the ship, slave. Robots. So you can get some fake artificial money and buy something. And once you buy it, it's now been bought. Looks like someone bought the fake story. Now, expose it all. Alright, all those notes are the 7 notes to the key. Remember, there's 7 notes to the key. Do a deer, female deer. Sing that song. Do a deer. Do a deer, a female deer. Pray a drop of golden sun. Well, just play all the notes fast. And just play them in any order anybody wants. It's still the same notes. It's still the same notes. Listen. consider, that's all. It doesn't mean that it is. Remember, there are public investigators, like crocodiles and alligators, in, as in hotels, in, to be a guest at a hotel room is known in Black's Law Dictionary, from which all the attorneys study. To be a guest is a cemetery call. A guest in Black's Law Dictionary that all the attorneys love to read, and they have some secret insights what's going on with all the travel lane and the Holiday Inn situation. And the children that are born at the hospital that are assumed to be born dead. And when a child is born dead, they are looked upon as a guest at a cemetery house. A guest. Because when the doctor and the bankers and the head attorney assume that a child is born dead, this is how the justification justifies to the electrical circuits with the brain. If the child is born dead, then the child is looked upon as though the child has abandoned the creditor position to the bankruptcy. And so the doctor, the attorney, and the banker says, oh, the child has abandoned all his shares to the stock market birth certificate that's traded on the stock market for profit upon profit upon profit. And all the dividends that are supposed to be given, the share dividends as a shareholder in the stock market. That's right. If the child is assumed to be born dead, then the child only gets a tiny little bit to be a slave, enough to buy just enough food to struggle with, while the doctor and the attorney and all the other bigwigs get all that fucking creditor money, so they steal, they swipe, and they keep for themselves all the birth certificate dividends. And they've been doing this for years now. Years and years and years and years. And the evidence is coming out more and more and more and more, exposing the whole artificial system. Yeah, the way the system has been run, too much on the artificial death, killing side. The audit comes out, and the audit exposes everything. Butt, ass, butt, head, butt, counterclaim, butt, ass, naked. Now there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Caught in the trap. Caught in a trap. That's called the boomerang. It came back and smacked the trapper in the head. Now the prison that one built for someone else has now come back and engulfed the prison warden. Now he's looking kind of funny and feeling kind of strange all of a sudden. from the town and change the key to the fucked up society. What is that called? Well, whenever a sheriff shows up with a key on the legal side, he's always here to show up and knock on the door with the knockers. It's called a foreclosure. Foreclosure is another word for death. Dead. It's like the word mortgage. The word mort means death. Death. But remember, the universal energy on the natural side. That's right, there's a universal energy on the natural side, which is different than the artificial side. Remember, nothing wrong with artificial and there's nothing wrong with natural. It's just that when either artificial or natural tends to get stuck in the mud with it, and then wants to become abusively stuck in the mud with it. You know, like spinning the tires and the hole gets deeper and deeper as mud is slung all over the fucking place. Well, that's the same thing as war. War, fighting, arguments, all that. Nothing wrong with war, fighting, and arguments. But when it gets stuck in the mud so that it's always continuing all the fucking time, abusively, do what I tell you to do. I'm gonna punish you. Well, that's the artificial interpretation to that old ancient book called the Bible that used to be known predominantly for thousands of years before Constantine, who created the first, who came forth. He was just a puppet. He was used as a puppet to bring forth the first religious state. And it doesn't matter what religion it is, because they're all the same religions, because every religion is overseen by the Vatican. Every religion. Because it's all connected to, you better do what I tell you to do, I'm gonna hurt ya. Rather than the natural version to that old ancient book called the Bible, which is independence, self-independence, self-curiosity gets to be satisfied, and one gets to learn a consequence for the self. That's right, the self. But when it's stuck on, I'm talking about when it's stuck on, and when it's stuck abusively on something. When it's stuck abusively. When it's stuck on, you better do what I tell you to do or I'm going to hurt you. And remember, there's nothing wrong with, there's a good side to, you better do what I tell you to do or I'm going to hurt you. There's a good side to it. There's a good side to everything. Everything has a good side. Ooh, imagine that. Now, it's just evidence to consider, that's all. Now, when one sees something that they've never seen before, when one has evidence that's just sitting there before the eyes, I mean, once it's seen, it can't be unseen. Once it is seen, it can't be unseen. Yeah, once it is seen, it can't be unseen anymore. That's a natural law. Now one can forget about it. One can forget about it until what? Until it's seen again. Oh, look, Mom. There's a new state auditor in town. Bringing forth the evidence again. Go to sleep, little baby, don't wanna see. So Mama busts out the tits again, confidently. Just remember, the evidence isn't going nowhere. And the evidence has always been in the atmosphere. Always. It's just that there's been a whole lot of unconsciousness going on. And remember, legally speaking, the word "un" is every nation united together under the United Nations. Unconsciousness. That would be considered normal. The unconsciousness, the United Nations consciousness, is straight up pure blindness. Which has a good and wonderful side to it. Because without blindness and embracing blindness, it isn't until one has experienced being blind that when someone finally receives the sight, you know, like Jesus comes to town and heals the blind. Well, hi, Mama Jesus. This is Gisette, Jesus' sister. Gisette has come to town to deal with all the legal schism. Gisette! And she drives a Chevy Corvette to Chevy and shove it. She likes to shove it right in there. Get on top and ride, baby. Grind the pole. The pole down. Because she's been shoved and kept in a missionary position for most of the existence until Mama says, all right, Big Daddy Queen, you've shown Mama all you've got. Now, lay down. Mama's gonna show you everything she's got, boy. Down to the six, also known in Germany as the sax. Over to the two breasts. the lovely colostrum. Little baby longs to enjoy the all-natural colostrum, sucking the tits in front. All the people in the tribe watching. And this is how the baby gets used to being on stage. Straight from a child, sucking on it on stage. Going back and forth between the two. The two, or the tits, and the sex. The six, pronounced in Germany. You know, like the many germs that come around. For that country, Germany was named after the old ancient astrology Jesus, known as the Jesus germ. That's released from the pineal gland, according to even the old Egyptian sacred knowledge, and those at the old city called Atlantis. Remember the old city called Atlantis? Oh yeah, the many germs, the many times that Jesus is released once a month from the pineal gland. The old astrology Jesus, the many germs, and the country was called Germany, as in Germany. And in Germany, the word six, or the word law, the sixth note with vibration, universal vibration, the music, is called sex. You know, the sexual energy, the boy and the girl, the yin and the yang. You know, the same symbol on the Safeway market store right down the street. Go study the Safeway emblem and look at it. The S, the yin and the yang is the sex. The sexual energy. The Jesus astrology. The sex. The natural curiosity that children are born with, that have been turned into a legal, you better do what I tell you to do, control mechanism, and sunk society under a magical, dead, stuck in the mud, witchcraft, abusive spell. And remember, there's nothing wrong with all that stuff. Except when it wants to be kept like that and hopes to keep it that way forever! That's when mama really breaks out the tits and she fucking pulls the whole fucking dress off. Look into the eye, honey. With the public surprise, it isn't funny until the jester laughs and pulls the new giraffe. And there's a long, long neck to see as the lions jump hopelessly on Main Street, fully exposed. Bankers, doctors, attorneys, and CEOs until Mama busts out a natural paddles to shock the king. Until the breathing begins once more. With the whore, such a bore at the core, near the store, and the sheriff knocking at the door. And remember, just because the sheriff knocks on the door, just because, just remember, fill in the blank. If one wanna, don't have to, and remember, there ain't no punishment. There's this thing called the self-seeking. The self-seeking. And look, the self-seeking. The sex 34. Come 7. Sex. The love. The law. The yin. The yang. The boy and the girl. Energy. The energy. Good old squirt power. The energy. When the pole gets ground down. Cause remember to vote for me. That's sarcasm. That's sarcasm, like schism, chasm, schism, chasm. Remember to vote for me. But it's the old bad habits. Just remember, bad habits usually don't go away overnight. But when the dame shows up, things start to move quite quickly. Get your work, slave! And the Hollywood scene all of a sudden changed into something else. In the blink of an eye, bam! Whoop, there it is. The Hollywood scene just changed just like that. It went from one scene to the next. And it seemed like it was the same scene playing out, but oh my God. This is a totally different scene right here. Oh, fuck. These Hollywood movies are cool. Wow, Mom, did you see that? Oh, my God, I can't believe. Oh, that was cool, Mom. Oh, shit. This is a good fucking movie, Mom. Mommy, could you go get some more popcorn and nuts? Especially bring the salted nuts in here. Oh. Brother, little Johnny's just enjoying the Hollywood movie. Just riveted with it. Riveted! Mommy, I need some more popcorn and nuts! Oh, Mommy. And instead of bringing Coca-Cola, Mommy, bring the milk! Because little Johnny is getting a new craving. Longing for Mommy's claw and the lovely guitar strum, while Daddy sits in the background, stroking it with a hum. la 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 la. He's got the pen in the hand, and he's writing it down. The new Hollywood script, as he's putting the pen strokes on the page, with the pages. When lovely mama brings it downtown, and daddy strokes it with the pages. And little Johnny and little Suzette, and they long for the baby to grow. Little baby, when consciousness shows up spontaneously. It's a new show in town at the Holiday Inn. As the old bad habit is acknowledged and confessed, and the Michael Jackson Jordan full moon reflection coming in and coming out with the germ nanny and that lovely virus. And look, it's little Stevie Vai coming to the stage near you. Or is it that this is the fucking stage right here where little Stevie Virus is at? Whoop! There it is! It popped up right here! Bam! Hollywood Central! The new tourism Jizzy coming to town. And they're all traveling to get to exit 192. House joint resolution. And remember to salute the captain, for he is an officer and a gentle girl. is the 20 to 215. This is the 215. The 2 Court. The 1st U.S. District Court. And the 5th U.S. District Court. With the old bad habit, bringing in Mama as the guest. Except Mama can't be killed with the breath. 'Cause Mama lives forever, and baby wants to live, but he's died as the king, and he's longing to sing when Mama breaks out the handling arms and lifts the little king kid to the tits for another round after round. Suck yes, it's round after round as the contract and the penis stroke jism has been put down. International Universal Treaty at the highest level. And all that the king had was to try some voodoo to make it look like it got struck down. But that's just a monster, abusive bully's way to live. Unconsciousness like a baby child longing to get with the jizz. Baby boner. Well, hi, Skull and Bones Club. Remember the country fair? Little Skull and Bones Clubbers? Remember? Of course you remember! Back in 2018, when the brothers showed up and put a claim, announced the claim, little legal. Yes, no one can deny. In full public witness, the brother brought the guitar and danced the fuck out of it in front of everyone. Club, Skull and Boners Club. Not to rub it in the face, but to celebrate the dance when Elvis showed up. Not to die. You all know exactly what's going on. But remember, it's just evidence to consider. And all evidence could be considered hearsay? Or is that her say? That's right. That's right. That's left. That's in the middle. That's everywhere. It ain't just right. It's all over. All over. Get colorful.
Wow, Mommy, growing up is fun! Puff!
Little backstage action, Jackson. Free pass for everyone. Come on backstage. And everyone in the audience is like, what the fuck's going on around here? This is only supposed to be a privileged event. It's like in the old cowboy days. Someone walks into the bar, some rich fucker. Drinks are on the house. No, they say drinks are on me, right? Only the bartender can say drinks are on the house, unless he's given special permission to the new guy that walks in. Oh, look, there's a new guy in town. He had a secret meeting with the bartender. I'm going to walk into the door. This is going to be, because remember, it's a Hollywood movie. It's a script being written with pen strokes. You know, pen to stroke the pen. It's going to be a Michael Jackson Jordan event. Yeah, Medusa. When Medusa looks into the mirror with all those snakes, what happens? Well, according to the story, she turns into a statue, but that's someone else's story. According to another story, she starts to see the inner child for the first time ever. And she doesn't die, she begins to live. Yeah, it's a whole fucking different fucking show. A whole different fucking movie. It ain't the same old bullshit perpetuating. Just a little bit of adjustments, that's all. Society is wonderful. Just needs some adjustments, that's all. Just tiny little adjustments, and then the fucking machine shall start fucking, woo! Smooth as a baby's ass. Smoother, it'll run smoother than a baby's ass. Ooh. Just evidence consider, that's all. Just evidence to consider, that's all. God, this is a lovely county board, state board meeting. God! Where the fuck did this fucker stand up from? Shit! We thought we had his fucking ass tied down and he broke the fucking bonds. Fuck! Well, did you actually think it was going to continue like this forever? Well, actually, we did. Well, could that be a grand state of unconsciousness? Well, it could be. It could be. Well, well. Anyway, Pull the Finger, part 2 coming up.